That's a good question.
That's about as much as I can do for you.
How you doing, babe?
Oil pulling.
A voice calling from within our core.
What are we here for? We realize that our power lies
And how we live our lives.
in how we choose to show up.
So we choose to show up as rooted crowns. And this is our living prayer. Birth from the earth.
On a path to reclaim our name.
Nature, ancestral medicine to heal our home. We sow this prayer in our bodies between many hands and upon our land.
In direct response to self-hate, for scarcity, and climate change.
But it's simple for real. We plant food forests and concrete jungles.
Inspiring youth to lead us out the struggle.
Nourishing our bodies as living proof.
Sharing all we do to amplify this truth.
Yeah, we documenting it all.
Bringing it to you so you can feel this call in person, online.
Yeah, we standing tall, rooted crowns. Let's rock with it, y'all.
Peace, what up, y'all? Just wanna let you know what we getting into. So we're walking down to a wilderness village, and this is a village on the land at Pearlstone Retreat Center, and a place where a forest school is held to teach young children wilderness skills. But they also hold some classes for adults, and we're about to take one on how to build debris huts, how to build a shelter, how to build a shelter made, from any materials that you can find in the forest and nothing that you brought along with you. These shelters, they're supposed to be able to keep somebody. What Joey, who's the expert that we're going to learn with, he shared with me that the average person will, if they're left in the forest or in nature, below 50 degrees, 90% of people won't make it through the night. Whereas if you have the knowledge to build this hut, 90% of people will. And we'll make it, 3 months with this shelter. So we're gonna check it out. Seems really cool. All right, come join us. I'm Joe.
I'm Ife. Nice to meet Ife.
Ife? Okay,
Yes,
Ife.
nice
I've heard
to
about
meet
you,
you.
Ife, from
Oh,
Jackson.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, hello, dog.
Oh, that's how it is?
Well, what's happening?
Give me a little
You growl?
standoff.
Y'all made this just now?
That's the debris hut?
Yeah.
Y'all already made this?
Oh, the debris.
You made this in less than 15 minutes?
not that one.
Oh, who gonna say that? What?
It's like a model to build.
You have to gather sticks.
Yeah,
What kind of sticks? Skinny sticks?
You'd be like
little sticks. Bigger
Okay. Let's go get some sticks. What's the purpose of these sticks?
To keep it warmer.
Okay.
because otherwise if we put leaves on it, if you don't put this on, and it rains, the leaves are just going to all make a thick mat, and then you're not going to keep any heat.
Oh,
So
okay.
this shelter will keep you good down to 40 below zero. We'll talk about, yeah.
Ooh, this is not working well.
This one? We should probably break it up.
Look at my Ife getting working. Getting their hands dirty. Okay, so this looks pretty impressive. This is a decent amount of lattice that we have right here. And so the next step that we're all going to do is we're going to grab a bunch of leaves like this, and we're just going to cover it and put a bunch inside too. Yeah. How you feel?
Dirty.
Okay, now you got the initial layer. You can also add some of these logs onto it too.
So I heard him say tonight, I was like, so when is it done? He was like, it's done when you're warm. If you wake up in the morning and you're cold, you add more leaves.
So if you had to spend the night here tonight, you would this would be what you would want for warmth. So when you get about freezing level, you want the debris to be to about your armpit right there. So I go in. So if I put my hand all the way in, this is probably would keep me good up to freezing level right now. I've seen some that were like the entranceway was about like right here, and they're up like this big, and that'll take you down to about 40 below. And so you also at that point too, if you're doing it on the ground, you might want to cover the ground, especially if the ground's already frozen, with a thin layer of lots of little sticks like this to keep your leaves and stuff up, because sleeping on a slab of ice is not going to keep you warm. So let's say it's 52 degrees out, which is probably close to right now. So if you're lost out in the woods and you're in America and you've got no survival training, and yeah, I got 47 right now, feels like 42. Okay, so a little warmer than it is right now, and all you got is jeans, a t-shirt, and sweatshirt. How likely do you think it is that you're alive by tomorrow?
What's the temperature?
52 degrees or below.
You said
I mean, I think you could probably get through the night.
You'd think, wouldn't you?
10% was what you said, right?
Yeah, so yeah, if I just told you the answer, you didn't. So yeah, so if you're in America and you've got no survival training and you're lost in the woods and it's 52 degrees or below, there's a 10% chance you're alive in the morning. And in the Adirondacks, High Peaks regions, they have signs that say absolutely no cotton clothing allowed out there. And so people will be wandering around and they get drizzled on and there's a slight breeze. And by 4 in the morning, they're shivering and they die of hypothermia. Of the 3 things we talked about, or 4 things we've talked about, what do you think is the most important? Water, food, shelter, or fire for surviving the night?
Shelter.
Shelter.
Shelter. Okay, yeah, so the acronym goes shelter, water, fire, food. So yeah, who wants to go in there first?
I mean,
Go in.
it was custom built.
I'll go.
Yeah, everyone usually goes. Yeah, all right. Yeah, so you go in first. You got to have face down, and you just. All right, I'll go demonstrate first. But so you want to be back this far because this is your door is gonna be about this thick, because that's what's gonna create your dead air space. You need a pile of leaves like this big, and I just pull them in after me. We're get a chance. Yep. So this is. Now let's say
Watch your head.
you're in the situation like, let's say you're in a situation like Katrina, and you're the water's like 8 feet high, and temperature drops pretty cold at night, and you're in the second story of some office building. How could you make a debris hut in the office building?
Paper, let's see.
That's a good question.
That's about as much as I can do for you.
Let's see. But the water's 8. You preferably would find a spot that's south facing, because the sun. Where's the sun around lunchtime? Does anyone know?
Lunchtime, right?
Pretty.
Wait, what time is lunch? Are you saying?
Right about
Right. Yeah, no, it's like
Midday.
so noon. And
The side of the hill is your ideal spot. You want to look up, make sure there's no big dead branches that are going to fall and flatten your debris hut.
Oil pulling. A method to detoxify your mouth, clear gingivitis, plaque, to tighten your gums, and to do a whole number of other things that in some parts have been scientifically proven and in some parts have not. But regardless, it's an ancient practice. And it's one that I've been engaging more often lately since being pregnant. Because somewhere in one of my books, I read that when you're pregnant, your teeth and your gums get a little bit more sensitive. So I've been being proactive about oil pulling every day. Oil pulling is really simple. You can use sesame oil or sunflower oil, and you can also use coconut oil, which has added benefits of being antimicrobial. Basically, what you do is you take a spoonful of it. I usually take a tablespoon because that's how I learned it, and it works really well for me. And you swish it around your mouth for 20 minutes. If you can't do 20 minutes, 15. If you can't do 15, 10, and then 5. But building yourself up to about 20 minutes. Swishing that around and then spitting it out. My intention is to be able to spit it out into a compost heap. We're still developing our compost heap, so it's definitely a work in progress. And you can also spit it out in your trash can, but that's definitely creating just general waste that is not going to benefit anyone. After you oil pull, brush your teeth and floss. I recommend you give it a try. Consider oil pulling. It's really simple. and it probably could do you a lot of good. Really keep it in mind if you have a toothache, or if your gums are feeling sensitive, or if you just want to support your mouth a little bit more. Okay, on to our last segment.
Peace, family. I just wanted to take some time out of my day to share with you all an approach to stretching, strengthening, and lengthening the body, as well as activating the energy systems in the body that I really benefited from. This technique has, helped me transform a lot of pain, stored traumas, tension, and toxicity in my body, and transform it into strength, length, vitality, freedom of movement. I was exposed to this method and approach about 5 years ago after I had suffered an injury to my lateral collateral ligament and meniscus tear to my right knee, as well as a broken collarbone. The broken collarbone was in a bike accident, and the lateral collateral ligament and meniscus tear were from martial arts injuries, and I couldn't walk. I felt powerless. I didn't really know what to do. I was introduced to a brother named Isaiah of the Inner Foundation. You should check him out. Man, it's a good brother. There's a lot of light, and it's helping a lot of people here. He helped through Skype. He graciously, no charge, he showed and explained to me different techniques on how to free up the areas of my body where I was storing tension, and activate the meridian lines in my body using resistance stretching. And I took these techniques and had a pretty amazing recovery. And so I was really inspired. So I went out and did a training with him and his teacher, a man named Christopher Meyer, who's an ex-Navy SEAL and a student of Master Mantak Chia of the Taoist healing arts. And so I did this training, went out, it was a week-long intensive. And this method, Christopher Meyer calls it true body intelligence. So what this approach has given me is an understanding of how the energetic body, or the meridian lines as explained in Chinese medicine or Taoist medicine, how the meridian lines or energy lines in the body affect what we're calling the physical body, even though there's no separation. Through breathing, stretching, and simultaneously strengthening the body, you can target and isolate muscles or muscle groups that can activate the flow of energy through your meridian system. First thing I want to talk to y'all is breathing. So in these stretches, or in your movement in life in general, you want your breath to be in sync with your movement. So that can take different forms. There's many different types of breathing techniques, but what I practice, is I just try and breathe in a way that feels natural to my body and engages my entire body with the breath. So, you can start off just laying on the ground or standing, holding a posture, and breathing deep, breathing in through your nose and letting your whole body fill up with air. And as you breathe, you engage your whole body, from your toes to your fingertips, to your low back, your bottom of your spine, to the top of your crown. You want to engage the entire body. And that alone can improve any practice that you have. After you engage the entire body, if there's an area of pain or tension that you want to target, you need to think about your whole body as a whole as you isolate that area. A principle in stretching that most people don't know is that you want to flex the muscle that you're trying to stretch. You want to engage it, you want to contract it as you're stretching it. The word flexibility is being able to flex your muscles in their full range of motion. Right now, in this video, I would like to address the kidney and bladder meridians. This is the water element. This is the winter. We're just coming out of the winter, so it's important to have these meridian lines harmonized and their energies flowing. The kidneys, they're gonna be dealing with the depths. They talk about it as the inner fire and water, the storehouse of energy, the storehouse of your jing, which is your ancestral energy, your energy that helps feed your reproductive organs, your sexual energy. The kidneys help. When you're out of energy, when you reach that breaking point, when you pull an all-nighter, when you drink caffeine, when and you get that jolt of energy, that's actually energy being pulled from the kidneys. These stretches can help nourish and strengthen and revitalize kidney meridian channel. You find a comfortable position and you're going to work within your range. You want to inhale as deeply as you can, engaging the whole body, and contract those inner muscles, the muscles on the inner aspects of the groin area. You even feel it in the iliacus and your psoas muscles when you engage them. But you're gonna then create tension with your hands or your elbows, your arms, in a way that you can resist your own force. The legs are gonna beat the arms just slightly. All right, and after you close your legs all the way, then you're gonna transition and breathe in all the way, and then your arms are now, this is where the real stretch happens, your arms are now gonna press against the force of those kidney meridian muscles all the way until they're as low as you can go, and continue, repeat this stretch. It can be difficult to figure it out at first, because it is tough to stay relaxed while you're creating your own resistance for yourself. If this first stretch that you're seeing is not getting the force that you need, you can try this next method, which is going to be a bit more intense. You're going to place your knees on the ground. You're gonna turn over on all fours with your knees and your hands on the ground. You're gonna spread your legs as far as you can and press your knees against the ground, almost squeezing the ground as you engage in the movement. And remember to exhale. Try to exhale into the movement. If you need to inhale mid-movement, do what you need to do, but continue exhaling with the movement. When you reach the end of the stretch, hold it and keep those muscles contracted while inhaling again, going the opposite direction of the stretch. You can do a lot with a little, just a few reps. Start with one, then get to 3, get to 6, do 10, see where you can get to, but you don't want to hurt yourself, so start, ease your way into it. But you want to maximize it. You want to give it as much as you can, each one, because the more strength you give, actually the more flexibility you're gonna benefit from. The next stretch is associated with the bladder and engages the muscles along the bladder meridian. The bladder meridian is said to be the most outer or external meridian. So any outer forces that are attacking the body, it's going to attack the bladder first. The bladder channel is really like a self-defense system of the body. The yang to the kidney yin. Kidney is they're both water elements, kidney being the yin or inner, and the bladder being the yang or external. These stretches really help with balance. With this first stretch I'm going to show you, you're going to lay on your back and extend whichever leg you want to start first, right or left. Extend that leg up towards the sky and try and grab a place on the leg or on the foot if you can reach the foot, and contract your hamstring muscles and resist it with your hand. Remember to exhale as you're engaging those muscles, engaging the stretch. On the way down, it's going to be strengthening, and then you're going to keep the breath engaged. You're going to inhale all the way, and as you lean back, you're going to pull with your arm and your body in a way that helps you, you want to stay relaxed. You're going to beat the force that you're generating with your hamstrings, and you're going to pull your foot towards your head, extending the leg as far as you can go. Work within your range. It may look different for you than it does for me. It's not going to look the same on everybody. Everybody has a different body. Work within your range. Be honest with yourself. After you extend that stretch all the way, you're gonna bring it back the way it came. You can do as many reps as feels good. You want to give everything you got into each one, because you want to be tapping into that meridian line, that energy system. You want to free the energy line up. With this next stretch, you're gonna stand on one leg. You're gonna resist. You're gonna press your hands on the ground, bringing your chest up, and then keeping that force there as you breathe. You are gonna bring your head towards your leg, and then the leg that's in the air is gonna go up towards the sky, as far as you can go. See if it works for you. Let me, if you're having trouble with it, contact me. If you want a one-on-one session, go to orevitalityarts.com. Hit me up. We can schedule something. In an episode coming, we will be talking about the liver and gallbladder meridians. These meridians deal with springtime, and they deal with the element of wood, plant life, of growth, of creativity, of that burst of life coming from the earth. So let's tap into that energy. Stay tuned.